Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Unstoppable. And this is a new sports docudrama biopic about wrestler Anthony Robles, who was born without a second leg and would scratch and claw and make his way to becoming a national champion at Arizona State University. And this film is directed by William Goldenberg and produced by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, who found Anthony's story so moving, and he's gone on to make such an impact, especially during the Obama administration, in terms of being this shining inspirational light and, somebody who really brings a lot out of people. And this particular film certainly leans into a lot of familiar beats from docudramas and sports biopics and stuff like that. Robles obviously has these challenges of his limitations physically, but we see his drive and his demeanor and how he scratched and clawed to get to that point. But he also dealt with having a big family and having financial issues and an abusive father at home, both emotionally and physically. And having all of those roadblocks, there's a lot of drama to explore here. Now, this has it's based off of a book, has 3 screenwriters, and in many ways finds the most straightforward, expected way of trying to explore these complications, these roadblocks in Robles' life. And that's a challenge because the storytelling in this is very straightforward and it doesn't reach, this is such an inspiring and unique story, but the way that this film is told is pretty straightforward. And it has a lot of archetypes that you expect out of these kinds of films and these characters, and it kind of leaves you wanting more. But where it lacks in terms of its dynamic from a narrative standpoint, and some of its characters being pretty one-dimensional pieces, like the struggling mother or the abusive asshole father, or the coach, or 2 of them, because there's 2 of them in here. This film does deliver in terms of its wrestling scenes, which the body double for the main actor is actually Anthony Robles, and that brings an authenticity and intensity, and the choreography feels so real, and the camera work is dynamic, and these scenes are intense, and it builds good tension. There's also some big emotional moments that have the resonance that dig a little bit deeper below the surface here. But the story itself is so inspiring that it's hard to ignore that. I think Jerome, who plays Anthony, does such a great job. His face and his expressions and his little acting choices bring so much to the table here and deliver such an impactful performance. And his physicality, there's a lot of physicality that goes into this role, and he sells all of that. It shows that that potentially showed on Moonlight, and he's expanding upon that, and he has such a good handle of this character. Jennifer Lopez has some big emotional moments, and one in particular with her on-screen son that really hits. Bobby Cannavale just plays that asshole dad in this so perfectly, even if it's just a caricature. He just is so convincing that it works. And then you have the likes of Michael Pena and Don Cheadle, who play these coach characters that are pretty expected and not a whole lot of depth to them, but, those are solid performances from good actors. And McKelty Williamson, who plays Anthony's boss, he's a nice supporting performance with a lot of personality that brings some heart and brings some dimensions to this film in the few scenes that we get to see him. This is a rock-solid, well-made, and has some glowing moments kind of biopic that is certainly worth a watch because how inspiring the story is. And it's right there on Amazon Prime Video. But those are my thoughts on Unstoppable. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.